On part two, on why it's very important to pay attention to how you think, how you feel, how you behave, we can look at an example to illustrate that. As I mentioned earlier, paying attention to your feelings could reveal to you an unconscious contradiction or conflict that might be causing you tension, and you're not aware that it's the reason why you're feeling conflicted, you're feeling restless, or you're not able to pay attention. So you're procrastinating on things. So here's an example that we can look at. Say you're the kind of person who is driven by this desire to succeed. You want to become successful, and you've got the idea of success very clearly defined in your mind. You know how you're going to be, you know how it's going to impact your life, you know how it's going to make you. You've got it worked out in your mind. And every day you wake up very intentional about taking steps towards that success. You're very conscious about it, very deliberate. You've developed the discipline that is necessary. You've developed the consistency that is required. And things are beginning to work in your favor. You're getting close to that success. You're approaching it. But it's when success is imminent to you that this unconscious conflict is triggered. So when you're not productive, when you're not working towards your ambition, your success, this fear doesn't get triggered. It only gets triggered when you're almost there, you're almost succeeding. And the success that you're working towards is very conscious, you're aware of it, you're very intentional about it, but this fear is unconscious, you don't have access to it, you don't really know it, but it is causing tension within you, it's causing conflict within you. And so instead of sitting, for example, you come on your laptop and you sit to work, you're focused, you have the attention, but once you sit on your laptop, you start experiencing tension within you. And because you don't want to experience it, you go on TikTok and you start scrolling. You don't listen to what the tension is. And that's where the reason for your procrastination is. And so if you listen to it, you might notice that the fear of success is contradicting the desire that you have consciously for success. This fear is unconscious, but because it's stronger than the desire you have for success, then it's starting now to make you feel restless, to make you feel tense, to make you feel uncomfortable, in disharmony. And so to relieve that, to alleviate the tension, you start scrolling on TikTok. You go and maybe go on another social media. You find ways to distract yourself from the tension. And what that means is that you're not paying attention to the desire for success, but also you're not paying attention to the fear of success. So you freed yourself. And every time you try to come back, the tension is there. So what you're running away is that tension. What you're running away from is that disharmony, that contradiction. And that's why therapy is there. One of the biggest reasons why people go to therapy is to try and uncover, to try and understand these unconscious motivations, these unconscious conflicts within them that are presenting obstacles to their ambition in life, to their vision in life, to what they want to achieve in life. And one of them is that, a deep-seated fear for success. And when you try to explore it, there are different ways in which it would have been created. So in childhood, maybe when you were growing up, someone in your family became successful, and then your parents had a very negative attitude towards them. They started speaking ill of them, they were very disapproving of them, they expressed a lot of displeasure, they were very indignant, and this person hadn't done anything but become successful. And so you seeing your parents' attitude towards their own sibling maybe, who was successful, made you understand that success is bad. And so you started creating that belief in yourself that success is bad. Or maybe your parents are not successful themselves. And so they usually speak ill of everyone else who is successful. So they have a very negative attitude towards people who drive nice cars, who live in nice houses, who wear nice clothes. And so you grew up in an environment that taught you success is bad. But then you became an adult and you thought that problem had gone away, that childhood attitude, that childhood perception or perspective on success had gone away because you'd created a conscious understanding of success. But now, as you're becoming successful, it's triggering this unconscious childhood psychological attitude that is negative towards success, that is now fighting your desire, your strong urge, your strong irresistible urge to be successful. And so the reason for your lack of productivity might just be because of the tension between what you were taught in childhood growing up and what you learned in adulthood now. And so you want to try and resolve that fear. You want to try and pay attention to it and address it for you to be able to regain your productivity, for you to be able to continue back on your path to succeed. That is why it's extremely important to pay attention to these emotions that we're running away from.